Welcome back to In Amber's Lane. It's your host, Amber Lane, and I'm here with my parents. We on the show. All right, so these are my parents, the Bracy's. Introduce yourself. What up?
I'm Brittany.
What's up, everybody? Chioke.
Period. He been on. You can tell he needs to come back because it's given he know how to do this, right? So first question for you guys. Oh, he got two times. First question. Pop, you weren't here the first time we asked this question, but I would like your intake on what do you think identity is?
Identity is it's a bunch of things. A part of it is the sum total of your experiences because that makes you or informs who you are. It's who you're known as, what you're known for. But ultimately, our identity is found in Christ, so no one can make your identity. My bad. So your identity is a couple of things. It's a part of it is your past experience, where the sum total of our experiences, how we deal and navigate through that. But ultimately, our identity is found in Christ. If something creates something, and that creator is the only one that can give that thing identity. So our ultimate identity is found in who God created us to be, what He created us to do, and yeah, that's identity to me.
You want to add? You already. All right. So, next question for you is: do you feel like it changes as you age and evolve?
Yes, because as you get older, as you learn more, you add those things to who you are. So it definitely changes. The core of your identity does not change, or it should not change. God created us to worship Him, so that's who we are. We are created beings. We're created to do that. But the way we express that, the expression of identity changes as you mature and grow, and you learn more, and you do more, you experience more. So the expressions of your identity changes, but the core of who you are does not change.
Love it. Okay, so taking the core of what identity means, let's dig into relationship side of it. Yes, so you guys have a beautiful marriage, I will say, as being your kid. I love the way that you guys like love on each other, the way that you parent. Oh God. The way that you parent us, like the way that you just like cover us, like just watching you guys like day to day. I really admire your marriage and your relationship with each other. So do you feel like people lose their identities too often when getting in a relationship? And if so, why?
I think you can lose your identity when you get into a relationship, but maybe your identity wasn't solid before you got into the relationship, so that could be why you lose yourself. Or you can lose yourself in a relationship because you just come immersed in that relationship, so the relationship becomes who you are.
What kind of relationship we talking about?
She just talked about marriage. So
Well, marriage,
Yeah, so
significant others,
or
or if you gotta separate them, separate them.
It definitely has to be separated. Because in marriage you're supposed to lose a part of yourself because it's two people becoming one. So it's not necessarily that you lose it, but there are some things that you forfeit. There are some things that you give up in order to be in a relationship. But the beautiful thing about it is, why are you looking at me? Turn your head so hard. The beautiful thing about it is that if you're with someone who really loves you, you're able to work those things out. You're able to mesh those things and understand. I look at my mom and my dad. My mom's identity, a part of her identity is being very vocal. She comes from not a large family, but she comes from a family that talked a lot and talked loud. That's just how they were. My father comes from a laid-back family. Like nobody on my dad's side yells, or I've never heard my grandma really yell. But my mom's mom and dad, they talked loud all the time. Just generally, that's how they talked. And so watching my dad navigate relationship with my mom is like he gives her space and understands that, she just talk loud. If you ask her, she just talks loud. That's how the family is. And so that part of her identity he accepts. And then at the same time, she knows when to back up off of that part or tone it down to make it mesh. But there are some parts of our identity that if you want a successful marriage, there are some parts of your identity that you will have to give up. There are some parts of who you think you are that you will have to give up. So if your identity before getting married was a player, you cannot take being a player into a marriage. If your identity was, I'm an independent woman, I don't need no man, you cannot take that into a marriage. And so there are some parts of our identity there are some parts of us that we think are a part of our identity, and they're really not. There's just an accessory that we've carried. And so if you want to be in a successful marriage, you're going to have to give up some of your identity. It's just how it is.
Now, on a relationship side, so before the marriage, before we have like vow before the Lord that we have to forfeit the things.
Be 100% you, so the person can fill out if they can deal with you at 100.
But I don't feel like people do that no more.
You don't think people are 100%?
No, I feel like social media has made it to where like you only present what you want people to see on social media.
So they're representative.
Yeah, so I feel like when you actually get in a relationship with somebody, either they're still like that social media person in real life, and then like once you get further in the relationship, like, wait, where is this coming from? You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I think relationships need to last longer than they normally last. If you're talking about getting married, like unless it's something extremely magical, you can't just jump at that. Like you have to be like before I married Brittany, my thing was I can't be serious with you until we have an argument. I got to know how you act when you angry.
I thought that was so weird.
I got to know. And I got to know. Because if we later on get into a relationship and then you get mad and I don't like it, now I don't like you. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's real, though.
So you could handle when I got mad when we got into an argument?
I could deal with it, handle it. I don't know what to.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, so, but like, it's known. So like I could say to you, like, before we got married, like, I don't like how you do that. And so that's your time to say, okay, for you to reflect. Or like she say some stuff she don't like that I do. I'm like, okay, that's my time to reflect and see, do I love you enough to tone this down? Do I love you enough to stop doing this?
That's good.
And so what I think people do, I know people fake, but you can only fake for so long.
That's real.
So what I think a lot of people do is that they see stuff that they don't like and they figure they can outlove what they don't like. And it doesn't work like that. Because once you get married, you're in the house with what you don't like 24/7. The first time we got into an argument, she, like, I'm getting ready to go. I'm like, where you going to go? We live together. Like, we married. Like, where you can't go back to your house now. So we just going to have to sit here and be mad at each other until we figure it out and work it out. So, like, I think a lot of people just like, oh, well, that aggravate me now, but it's fine. But when you're just talking, you can do that because you can go back home. You can go back wherever. But when you living together, like, whatever you don't like is in your face 24/7.
Yeah. That's real. You can't outlove it. Wow. Okay. Next question. So what are some tools that we can use to keep our identity in relationships? Let's separate them again because you separated them, and I think that's good that we separate them. What are some tools to keep your identity in relationships and then separately marriage? Because, like, as you grow in a relationship to a marriage, like, your quote-unquote title change. Like, you go from just husband and wife to, like, now you have father and mother or godfather and godmother. Like, all these other titles start to add on. So how are you able to keep your identity first, again, starting relationships? What are some tools that you can suggest to people to remain themselves? Because this world, it's hard out here. It's hard. Dating, it's hard. It's hard. It's so hard. And I got to stutter on purpose because it is hard. Like, this pool, I don't like it. I don't like it. It is just people are not themselves. They don't want to be themselves. or they don't want you to hold them accountable. Like, hey, I don't like that, and now they like, but I feel offended. Why are you offended? Because I don't like it. Like, I don't like it. Like, what are you mad for? Like,
this is taking a turn. Go ahead, tell us more.
I'm just saying, you know.
Give them the tools, honey.
Counselor. So relationship wise,
or marriage wise, it don't matter whichever one you would start with.
I'll start with relationships. I think not to lose your identity in a relationship, you just keep doing what you were doing. So, like, if you're going to go, if you were going out prior to, then continue to go out. That way you don't lose who you are. Like, continue to do the things that you were doing. Because once you do get married, then maybe that's something you do have to stop doing. But you take on something else with your identity.
Y'all not going to like my answer. We too much wrapped up in our own identity. Like the Bible says,
you wanted to
for
come
this
and be a
cause,
preacher tonight. Okay.
I mean, that's just
your identity.
Part of who I am. For this cause, a man will leave his father and his mother.
I think people have a hard time with that, though. I don't think husbands do that.
Do what?
Completely leave their mother and father. Like, I think like that has to be like explained in a deeper context for people. I think a husband and wife both need to understand that in the scripture.
Because I feel like nowadays, outside families are way involved than what I personally, than what I feel like sometimes they should be. Like, just looking at some marriages, I'm like, wow, like, that's crazy. That's what's going on in your household. Like, this how y'all live together and survive. Like, everybody's cool with this. Like,
well, see that's not the responsibility of the family. Like, my mother is always gonna be my mama. My daddy is always gonna be my daddy. But it's my responsibility as a husband to draw the lines of this is where this is where this isn't. And so it depends on the person's personality. So with me, I'm not afraid to tell my mama or my daddy anything. Like, if I'm like, I don't like it, then it's just, I don't like it. That's how we grew up. Like, once I hit 18, it's like, okay, listen, I don't like tuna noodle casserole. I'm not eating it. I don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but if you give people space, my mother is the most loving person. But she expresses her love aggressively. So when Brittany and I first got married, when we got married, and we were leaving out for the honeymoon, my mom was like, well, I'm going to come over the house and decorate because I want the house. We were living in my original house. So she was like, I want the house to feel new and fresh for her. And I'm like, okay, well, here's what you can touch. Here's what you cannot touch. Do this room, this room, this room. Don't touch this room and this room. So when you get into those issues, it's because that person has not properly drawn those barriers. So you have to make sure that whoever you're with can draw barriers, but you got to understand that they're going to draw them barriers with you first. So that's the thing. Like, some people want, you got to leave your mom and daddy. Don't get them all in their family. But when they tell you, you got to calm down too. It's like, how dare you tell me to go? Like, that's not it. Like, we have to be willing to be in a relationship. You have to be willing to give up some of yourself, give up some of your privileges, give up some of your likes and all that. If Jesus Christ could forfeit a portion of his identity as God, give up that and come to earth and live as a man, and you can't give up some of your stuff, then you ain't doing it right.
Clock C.
Okay, so everybody want to keep that. Everybody like, I want to still be me. Like, you're married now. You can't still be all you, because the whole point of joining together in a marriage is to create something new. So if you're stuck on the old you, it is not going to work. I see it all the time. So you want to be married, but you still want to have all single friends. It's not going to work.
Not at all.
Usually, it does not work. Like you said, you going out, if you got somebody that's cool with that, then that's fine. But if they not cool with that, then that's something you're going to have to give up and have to, adjust. So in our identities, we got to recognize what's core to our identity, and then stuff that's auxiliary that we just like. And sometimes we treat auxiliary things like they're a main thing, and they're not.
That was real good. So because the next question is, it's not on my paper. You said something and it kind of, when do you know when to? Like, when do you know? I'm trying to remember the exact verbiage you said, because I was like, dang, when do I do it then? When do I do it? Like, when do you know it's time to start, like, cutting back or, like, forfeiting yourself?
When the love of that person outweighs the love of the thing.
Because I feel like I do it too early.
You do.
Oh.
You definitely
wait a minute.
You do. And a lot of women do. A lot of women do it. And some dudes do it also. Some people is just naturally a part of yourself, because it's not a negative thing. You just have to put it in the right framework. So for you, you're giving. So you naturally go out of your way to do things. And so sometimes you go out of your way for people that won't go the same distance. And so you give too much. And you end up giving more than you're receiving. And then that's when it's an imbalance. So you'll know when you love the person more than you love that thing. I absolutely love music. I used to love, playing in the live band, doing all that stuff. And that had me out all the time. Gigs, go to 12. After 12, got to pack up, hang out. So I come back 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. When I had lyric, my love for lyric outweighed my love for that. So I can't be out too late because I got to be home for my child. I like kicking it a little bit. By the time I married Brittany, I had kind of toned down. But, here it is. I love my alone time. Brittany does not like alone time.
I do like alone time, Chioke.
You don't like me to have alone time. So I know I love her enough where I'm willing to give up. Like I know I got to call. I know I got to pop up. I know I got to do X, Y, and Z. So I love her more than I love my personal alone time. Now, being in a marriage and with things being balanced, I could say to her, I just need some time alone. Or like if I'm in certain mode, if I go to a certain room, like if I go in my office, everybody knows not to bother me. But if I'm just sitting on the couch, it's open time to do X, Y, and Z. And so that's something that you learn to navigate, and it's an ebb and a flow. But I think a lot of people, they give up, but they give up things, but they don't receive anything in exchange. So anytime you're in a healthy relationship with somebody, if that person sees you're giving up something, they're going to meet you in the middle. Love won't let you sacrifice alone. So it's like, okay, you giving up this, let me meet you in the middle. Let me do this with you. I see you giving that up. I know you don't like me to do this. Let me give that up. Or not even a like. I know it would be more healthy for our relationship for me to give up this or to give up that. And so the whole idea of identity is, in a relationship or in a marriage, is like we have to create a new identity together. So let's take the best of who we are as individuals and combine that. And so I still get to keep the best of myself, but now I have the best of you to add to that.
Okay, so even with, let's go back. Let's take it even a step back. So now I don't really feel like people even ask each other to go with each other no more. Like, I don't feel like that's a thing anymore. Like, when you're talking to somebody now, it's automatically like assume you're in a relationship. I don't know. Unless that's just my experiences. But I don't feel like that's defined anymore. So even in the talking phase, like, what are some boundaries or what are some barriers that need to be set as far as like even you letting go of yourself or trying to merge with that person in those early stages? Because situationships are so common nowadays. Like, they just, how long you been with him? 3 years. Well, y'all not together yet? I mean, no.
You see, but
you give so much of yourself in
you gotta make people.
Yeah, that's a requirement. So that's on the person. Like, that's like a standard. So this is something you having conversations early. So we're not just going to be in some type of situationship. I'm just not going to become your girlfriend. Like, you have to ask me to be your girlfriend properly. You have to take me out on dates. Like, these are requirements. So these are things that should be talked about before that. So you know. That goes back, you saying, like, in a relationship, that may be too soon to try to merge and or give up something because you're still learning that person.
And you got to learn just to. I don't think people enjoy phases of dating as much no more. Like, when I was growing up, like, church was very much date to marry. Like, I'm not going to marry every person that I date. Like, and if it ain't nothing, then say it ain't nothing and we can enjoy nothing. We can enjoy, I see you on Thursdays, or we link up when I call you or whatever, that we can enjoy what that is. We can just enjoy that we have good conversation. We can enjoy that we make each other laugh. We can enjoy that we like doing fun activities. And until it moves to something else and we label it as that, then treat it like what you called it. So if we just talking, then we just talking. There are no restrictions. It's nothing to say we talking that say I can't talk to nobody else. Now, if we say we talking exclusively, that means, okay, I'm getting rid of everybody else. I'm focusing on this, seeing what this can become. And then if you want to be in a relationship, then yeah, I think a lot of dudes slide on that because they don't have to say what it is, because women gonna live like what it is in their head.
But I have asked in the past. I said, so what are we doing? Oh, I'm trying to marry you. Well, and it's like, okay, nothing.
But did his actions show that?
And that's where I think my issue be with the words versus the actions. Because I will hold your words.
You can talk me all day. I'm going to listen to your actions. Your actions are going to speak louder to me. Love is the action word. So you just saying you love me, okay, cool. But what are you doing to show me you love me? Like, if you're not showing me you love me, you just want me to believe, like, oh, I love you.
Or you could just ask qualifying questions, because trying to marry you don't mean that I'm trying to marry you right now.
And I think, too, some people can be in a place, though, where they're dating intentionally. So I don't want to just be talking to somebody. So when you start having, like, that's a conversation you have off back. Like, I'm dating intentionally. If you don't want to date intentionally, or that's not where you're at in your life, then maybe we should just be friends. And that's fine.
No, don't just be friends. That don't work.
So just don't be anything?
Yeah, like, if y'all started off dating, ain't no point in trying to be no friends.
No, I'm not saying that I'm saying before they even start dating. Like, if you're dating intentionally in your head, like, when I date, I'm going to date intentionally, like, then you have that conversation. Like, before we even start to get into anything, I'm in a place where I want to date intentionally.
See, y'all got to clear these terms. Like, everything is terms. Like, you have to be clear. Because I'm dating intentionally. What do that mean? What is the intention?
The intention is to get married.
Yeah, see, that's different. That's not dating. That's courting.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So dating intentionally to me is, I'm dating because I'm interested in being with one person. I'm dating you to see if you could possibly be that one person.
I don't think people date.
Because when you say dating with intention, y'all be saying dating with intention, and the dudes be like, my intention can be to just hit. I could be dating with you for the intention to hit. I could be dating with you for the intention to get money out of you. I can be dating with the intention of just getting a real solid friend. I could be dating with the intention of eventually getting married. So you got to put something on the end of that intention.
Right.
Yeah. Like, you can't just walk in the room, I intend to. You intend to what? And so when y'all say terms like that, y'all leave a bunch of room, male or female, for people to just tie on what's on the end. So are we dating with intention? Yeah, I got my intentions. What is yours? So you got to clear. Like, if you don't clarify stuff, people can do whatever they want. So you got to say off rip, like, okay, listen, this is what I'm looking for. Do you got, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm willing to accept. Now let's kick it for a minute. Let's see if we mesh, if we vibe. And then from there, we can push forward and move. But you have to, if we talking about dating, like, you got to be very clear with your intentions, what you trying to do. And then you have to follow through with those same intentions. Because you going to have your intentions, other people going to have their intentions. When I first started dating again, I had very clear intentions. And there's about 20 women that didn't care nothing about my intentions. They had their intentions.
You was for the streets.
Oh, Jesus.
I was for the Lord. I was never for the streets. Okay. Unless they were paved with gold.
Oh, no.
But I mean, for real, like you could say I got intentions, but unless you know what it is, like when I first started, when I found out I was gonna be pastor, is also like around the same time I found out I was gonna get a divorce. So when I started back dating, I told everybody, "Hey, listen, just so you know, I ain't trying to get no first lady. I ain't trying to get no wife. I'm trying to like learn what dating is again." Like for a long time, just me and my daughter. We had a wonderful time, but my daughter can never, ever be my wife. That's my baby. But nah, daddy got to have a life too. So before we hop into this, just so you understand, like I'm starting off dating just to enjoy being in the company of other people again. Because I don't have a lot of adult conversations, just me and however old Lyric was at the time. So yeah, I'm looking to build relationships, meet people, hang out, have fun. Just so you know, if you're in it for any type of longevity, this is where my life is headed. I'm about to be somebody pastor. I'm already saved. I live a certain lifestyle, but now that lifestyle is amped up because of the calling that I have, and you have to be able to fit into that. So if you feel like you can fit into that, then that's fine. Let's kick it. You ain't got to worry about the pastor stuff now. We're just two people talking, enjoying each other, having fun or whatever. But if you're going to get serious with me, you're also going to have to be serious about what it is that I'm walking into in a way that's clear for you. So like I told Brittany, I'm not expecting you to prophesy. I'm not expecting you to do none of that. Like, because she was bent on, like, she ain't want to be no first lady.
And didn't.
And now look at you.
I know.
I trained her well.
Oh, God. Oh, God. This is all I got.
But, I mean, that was the thing. But I had to explain to her, like, there are core parts of her identity that I'm like, I know would not fit the mold of the identity that people had in their mind of a first lady, because the previous first lady was my mom. So let people know her. Listen, if you're expecting her to be like my mama, they have some similar traits. They do. They have some similar traits. But you cannot expect her. Huh?
What are those?
It's not podcast talk. It's not. You can't expect her to be my mom. She's going to take this role. If she takes on this thing as a part of her identity, she's going to do it in the way that God designed her to do it. So it's going to be her personality. It's going to be her style of doing it. You know, and I told her that. Like, I'm not expecting you to speak in tongues. I'm not expecting you to prophesy to nobody. I'm not expecting you to open up our house to any and everybody. Like, I'm not expecting those things. And so it allowed her to step into my world, but still step into it as her, I really don't like this term, but I think it's the best term I can think of, as her authentic self. Like, she's stepping into it as Brittany. I'm not expecting her to be a clone of somebody else. And so that's an issue that people have, because you want somebody to fill this spot, but that spot is filled with residue of other people.
Got to get rid of that residue. That's good, Pastor.
Not you laughing. It's hilarious.
I just, it's just sad that people are not able to, like, see real relationships like this. Because, again, social media has become such a driving force that people don't see, like, the difference between talking stage and dating stage and then courting and then marriage. You know what I mean? Like, people only see, again, what they want. People only put on social media what they want people to see. So you never really get to see, like, the steps to a marriage. You just see, I mean, and for some people, it's privacy, because I done been in a public relationship before and I will never do it again. But, like, I just think people don't see, like, the growth in each phase, or, like, know that it's actually phases to dating, unless they, like, are going to, like a good church that is, like, teaching things like that, or they're able to see that on a day-to-day basis with examples. versus just kind of being like, or I'll say this, even having like a marriage at home, but it's dysfunctional. Because you'll think that's how it's supposed to be, never knowing that that's not really how it's supposed to be, or that's not like the way God intended for it to be. So I just think it just be sad. And the pool is just getting dirtier and dirtier and filthier and filthier. So
you got to go to another pool. It's not the entire pool.
Yes, you got to go to another
It's the pool that you, and like you, people, you have, not you, but you, but people have to break their own preferences. You have to break your own preferences. If you don't, you will choose the same thing over and over again. Think about it now. You go, me and Brittany have a thing where it's 3 restaurants we rock with. And when we go, we're going to get the same thing. If we go to Cooper's Hawk, I ain't getting nothing but egg rolls. Everything else tastes disgusting to me. I'm going to get whatever them egg rolls is with the, what's the sauce? Cashew sauce. Extra cashew sauce. I know my son is always going to get chicken fingers. I know what we're always going to get. And so you like chicken fingers, you date a chicken finger, and then you get mad when they had chicken finger. Like you have to make dramatic changes to get change. When I dated, I found Brittany on the internet. I did. I got on dating apps because everybody else I had dated, I knew from college. I was Greek, so I was dating a bunch of Zetas and Deltas and AKAs and all that. And I'm like, if I keep doing that, I'm going to end up with the same results. I didn't want to talk to nobody from church. Because everybody from church, not everybody. But, in that church circuit, it gets to...
They wanted him because they knew he was going to be a pastor.
So I'm like, I'm not going to do that. So what's the most drastic thing I can do? I can meet somebody that I ain't never seen before on a dating app. And so that's what I did. Some of it was good, some of it was bad, some of it was spectacular. But I had to step out of my norm. So you can't stay in your norm and expect you're going to get something different. Like, you have to find a new pool. You got to try something different, do something different. And then you have to seek out what you want to see. So whatever's on your algorithm is what you've been watching. So if all you're seeing is people that pop up married and everything is perfect, that's because that's what you've been looking at. That's what you've been liking. That's what you've been clicking on. So if you want to see something different, you need to find someone that has something open where you can see, oh, okay, this how their relationship is, this how it ain't, So it's and it's only certain, it takes certain, you have to be called to do that. Like, to be in a relationship where your relationship can be seen by everybody and be open like that, like, you have to be called to that. Like, because you're my daughter, you get insight into us that other people don't get because you know where I live at. Everybody don't know where I live at. You can come sit on the couch. Everybody can't sit on the couch. So it's different. So if you're seeking to look at those things, you have to find people that have a good, solid base and you're able to get access to them. So, like, all of my marital knowledge comes from my father. Like, I'm blessed enough. I watched him and my mom, all of that. And now I'm able to go back to him, like, and it took a while for me. Like, my dad had to sit me down, like, you can talk to me about stuff because I'm very private. And, like, him being married for 50 years, like, he looked at me like, you got some stuff you need to talk about. Pull up. Let's talk. And I can ask him, well, how did you deal with this situation? Or Brittany's like mama in this situation. How do you deal with it? How did you navigate that? What do you do? And so I have that, but I had to, in my case, it was lucky enough to come and seek me. But you have to go seek it. Like, you can't base anything in real life off what somebody do with their thumbs.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Like, you absolutely cannot. So you have to seek that. And it does help. And it's like I said, you have to be called to do it. But if that's what you're called to do, like, you have to step out and say, okay, this is, God has called me, or God has called us to be an open book or be an example to other married couples and show them X, Y, and Z. Like some of that, a lot of people, like if you ain't anointed to do it, or if you ain't called to do it, don't do it because everybody gonna get in your business and mess your stuff up. But like that's one of the responsibilities of believers. Like we're supposed to be the overall example to the world on everything. So we should be an example of what marriage should look like. We should be an example of what dating should look like. We should be an example of what courting looks like. But I think some people are so scared they don't want to show that.
Because everybody want to be like you said. It's a level of privacy. Because once you start posting stuff, people be. But like you said, people. I think it's just like my generation of it that is very stuck on this instead of actually like enjoying the moment and like enjoying the phases. We are just very quick to be like, oh, but she not like that or she not, and you can't really base show.
And that's across the board. It's really not. It's not just your generation anymore because everybody has access to it. Like everybody does it now. Like the extremely older generation that don't know how to work their TVs or their phones, they not into it that much. But anybody that has access to it, like it's a thing. People see that and they're into it. But that's one of the things you got to break. Like you got to find some reality, and kind of be like, okay, well, this is what it is. This is real, and just go from there. Like you have to seek out what's real, and you're not gonna find that with your thumbs.
At all. Your thumbs will get you in trouble. Yeah. Okay. Okay, next question. What are some common challenges in relationships that we can avoid?
That you can avoid?
For us single folks and ready to mingle folks. What are some like common challenges that it's like we don't even have to go through that?
I think people need to learn how to listen to. Like if you learn how to listen, you won't have a lot of disagreements. And sometimes you just have to agree to disagree. Like, because you may not see eye to eye on everything. So I understand what you're saying. I don't agree with that, but I don't want to take it any further. So we're just going to agree to disagree and move on. Maybe we will circle back. Maybe not. But if not, then, it's just done.
No, if we agree and disagree, we ain't got to circle back. We just got to. We ain't got to circle back.
Some people may not want to, but some people may. It may come up again somewhere. So not saying that you circle back, but if it comes up again, like this is something that we talked about before. Do you want to go into depth again, or are we just keeping it surface where it's at? But if you learn to listen more than you talk, I think that.
I'll take your listen, and I'll raise you It's not just the listening. Like, that's the basis of it all. Like, you have to learn how to listen, but you also have to learn how to interpret what you're hearing and how to respond to what you're hearing. So that like it's the active listening. Like that's what she's talking. The active, like I'm listening to actually understand and process. I'm not just buying time so I can say whatever it is I want to say, or use what you saying for more ammo. Got it. Who calling you? Hey, we on a podcast. We'll call you back.
Well, make sure he is okay.
All right, bye.
What do you think?
You say number. Oh my God. But yeah, I think a common mistake is that people don't listen, and then when they listen, their intention is not to understand. Their intention is not to act on what they've learned from what they heard. So it's like, I'm listening just so I can say I listened, but I'm still stuck where I am. I have no intentions on changing it. The new information you present to me don't matter. So one of the things that you can avoid is like dealing with people who don't respond to what they hear. So that's one of the things I had to learn. Like when she tells me things, like I listen, but in my training as a therapist, I'm trained not to automatically respond to stuff. And so with her, she wants me to respond. So if she's talking and I don't say anything and I just let her talk, she gonna, is you listening?
That's me.
What is you doing? You ain't got nothing to say. And I'm like, I'm just listening. You know what I'm saying?
So for 20 minutes, then you just what? Right.
See, and that's it. Rebuttal. But see, I was trained with something called effective use of silence. So when I'm listening, I'm actively listening to process. You know what I'm saying? And so I had to learn with her, I can't listen, even though it's ingrained in me in my identity, I can't listen with a therapist's ear. Mm-hmm. I got to listen with the ear that she used to listening to. So she used to her mama and her sisters listening to her, like, interrupting her, girl, Diddy, I can't believe it. So, like, sometimes I have to do that, like, wow, that's crazy. Or I'll have to interject because that's what she's used to. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so one of the things you do, one of the best things to avoid stuff, be around, if you can, once you get to a somewhat serious point of your relationship, be around people so you'll know how they want to be handled, how they want to be treated. So Brittany and I was talking on the app for a while. Then I got her number. We was talking on the phone. And I said, I want to meet you. Like, I want to see you in person. Make sure I ain't getting catfish. She said,
that's real, though.
Me and my sister, I know how angles work. So she was like, me and my sisters are going to Floods. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm pulling up. Because I want to meet your sisters. Mm-hmm. I want to see how they handle you. I want to see if they're going to give me pushback. I want to see how y'all relationship is, because that will let me know what you are used to. Mm-hmm. So if I don't say nothing back, you take it like I'm not paying you attention, because you're used to somebody engaging you in every second of the conversation. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I have to remember that. Like, oh, I got to actually say something back. I can't just listen and process. I got to take notes and interject so she knows. Because for her, interjecting means she feels like I'm listening. So, like, if you be around somebody and you're around their family, you see what they're used to, and then you know how to engage them. Because when you got two different backgrounds, any two people is going to clash at some point. Mm-hmm. So that's the point of dating, to get that data, get that information. Like, okay, this is how her daddy treats her. Mm-hmm. So this is somewhat what she expects. But then I know that when somebody treats her like this, when somebody said this at the family gathering, she ain't like it. I know that's a sensitive topic. Let me stay away from a sensitive topic. Mm-hmm. So meet people and actually pay attention to what you're learning.
Yeah. This was good. Gotta have y'all back. Thank you guys for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having us. I appreciate
y'all. No, for real. Y'all are going to have to come back, even if it's one-on-one time.
Well, bring him back by himself. You know, he is sensitive right now.
Oh,
we can come back together, too.
Jesus.
But bring him back by himself one time again.
We'll have our daddy-daughter time.
Because I came one time by myself.
It doesn't matter. Whenever you invite me, I'll be here. I'm not sensitive at all. Which camera that? I am not sensitive. It's not a sensitive bone in my body.
I love y'all so much. Thank y'all again for being on the show. Thank you guys for tuning in to In Amber's Lane. I will see you next week.
Boop, boop.